Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Coach Jeff here with Asiamah Academy, and today I'm going to give you a beginner's guide on how to properly shoot the basketball. Okay, so if you're playing basketball for the first time, or you're really young, maybe if you're a parent watching this video for your child, I'm going to give you guys the beginner's guide, all right, like an instruction manual on how to shoot a basketball. If this is your first time here, welcome. Please subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any new videos that comes out. And for all my subscribers, welcome back. It's good to see you guys again. All right, so we're gonna get into it. We're gonna talk about all the basics and how you can end up becoming a really, really good shooter right after the intro.
What we like to do, man. Asiamah Academy.
So I have a free shooting plan workout. All right, if you guys are interested, all you have to do is email me at asiamahacademy@gmail.com. It's a good shooting workout. All right, it gives you the basics from how you can start close to the rim and work your way out, okay, and help you become a better shooter. All right, so I'll send it to you for free. All you got to do is email me at asiamahacademy@gmail.com, and I'll send it right over to you. There's no strings attached. There's no catch, nothing like that. Just send me your email. I got you. I'll send it right over to you, okay? It's a free shooting workout, all right? It's going to help you become a better shooter. Okay, so the very first thing is the base. Everything is all in the base. It's all about your feet. Okay, so we don't even need this basketball right now. So I'm just going to put it down to the side, all right? So you got to watch your feet. This is the very first thing. The first thing is being in an athletic stance. What is an athletic stance? An athletic stance is when your feet is lined up with your shoulders. All right, so when we say shoulder width apart, this is what it looks like. All right, this is an athletic stance. Okay, if you're standing like this when you shoot the ball, that's not a good idea. You can't do that. All right, so if you're shooting the ball and you look down and you see that your feet look like this, that's not it. You know, there's something wrong with that picture. You got to spread it out. And now look, if you're like this is a lot. All right, you can't even really bend down that much like this. All right, your feet are spread out too wide. So you got to check your body, check your shoulders, make sure your feet lines up and it's a little bit outside of your shoulders. But for the most part, make sure it lines up with your shoulders, okay? Now, that's the first thing. All right, having a good base, good solid base, right? This is a good solid base, okay? The second thing is you got to make sure you got two options here. You could either point your toes to the rim, okay? When I was in high school, my coach used to say 10 toes to the rim. So 10 toes facing the rim, all right? Which means that both of my feet are straight, okay? You can shoot the ball like that, or you can shoot the ball like this, okay? So for me, I'm a righty. So what I would do is I like to add a little tilt to my jump shot so that I could alleviate some tension off my shoulder, okay? It's easier for me to stay lined up, all right? It's easier for me to keep my elbow tight when I shoot the ball and keep it close to my body. And it's easier for me to shoot in one motion when I'm like this, all right? Everything starts in the base, and it's all about what you're comfortable with. So if you want a little tilt, you can do it just like this, all right? Guys like Steph Curry, Kyrie, they shoot like this. But guys like Ray Allen and Reggie Miller, these are back in the day guys, they used to shoot like this, all right? 10 toes to the rim. So whatever is more comfortable for you, you can shoot just like this, all right? If you're a lefty, you could shoot like this as well. You can add a little tilt, all right? James Harden, perfect example. He shoots with a little tilt in his game as well. All right, so it's all about what you're comfortable with, okay? If you're not sure which one you want to shoot with, I suggest that you go to the rim, you get a basketball, you come close like right here, and you try both of them. The first one is 10 toes, maybe shoot like 5 of them, and then the second one you can shoot with the tilt, shoot like 5 of them, take a step back, just because you're testing it out. You're testing out which one feels more comfortable. Don't worry about how the top of your shot looks with your hand placement and all that. The very first thing is you want to establish a base. Anything that you do in life, you always have to start with the foundation, okay? So for basketball players, Our foundation is our base. Okay, so your base has to be comfortable. You got to make sure that you know what base you want to go with. The next thing, which is the third thing that you want to identify, is you want to shoot in one motion. Okay, this is something that everybody has to do. Every good shooter has to shoot in one motion. All right, if you have two motions or three motions, that's going to hurt your chances of being a really good shooter. The ball has to flow through you. It has to be one motion. What's the key? The key to this is starting low. All right, that's the key. So if you start low, it's going to be easy for you to shoot in one motion, right? But if you shoot the ball from here, it's going to be a little bit harder for you to shoot in one motion. All right, maybe you'll shoot in one motion from here up, but that doesn't give you a lot of lift on your jump shot. Okay, you might not be able to shoot from 3 or maybe a little bit further if you're older. So you got to make sure that you start low and then you come up all in one motion, right? So as you're going up, your hands is going up as well at the same time. Okay, so you got to shoot in one motion. That's the next thing. Okay, so now we're going to get the basketball. We're going to work on hand placement on the ball. Now, before I talk about hand placement, it's important to know you can't just get a men's basketball. It depends on how old you are. So if you are, if you're watching this for your child, if your child is 4, 5, 6 years old, they got to get the small balls. If you're not sure what size ball to get, you can go on Google and just type in on Google, what type of ball should I get for my 5-year-old son or 5-year-old daughter or 7-year-old daughter, right? Just go on Google, type it up, it'll show you. All right, if you use a men's ball, if you use an adult ball for a 6-year-old child, that's gonna hurt his shot. All right, or it's gonna hurt her shot. You gotta make sure you get the right basketball. That's very, very important. Okay, as they get older, then you increase the weight of the ball. Because, for example, let's say your child is, let's say they're 8 years old or they're 7 years old. You get them an NBA size ball, men's ball, right? Now, while they're shooting this ball, they might be going like this because it's harder for them to shoot this ball. So now they're leaning to the side so that they can get that extra push, right? Their base is right, they're shooting in one motion, but the ball is coming out here and then it goes up because the ball is heavier for them. As they get older, they're gonna get used to that habit. That habit is gonna stay with them. So now when they're 21, 22, 23 years old, they're still shooting like this, right? And all these coaches are gonna be wondering, why do you shoot like that, right? So that's why it's very important to get the appropriate ball for the age, okay? So now that you have the appropriate ball, now we gotta look at hand placement, all right? So now you guys see the Wilson right here, all right? Shout out to Wilson. Maybe one day I'll get sponsored by him. You gotta put your hand, right? Let's say you're a righty. For all my righties, all right? If you're a lefty, you're gonna put your hand up. You're gonna put your hand on the Wilson right here, all right? Right in the middle, okay? So you guys see it right there. I'm putting my hand on the Wilson. Now look at the side right here. You guys see this side, right? My opposite hand, my offhand is gonna be on the side of the ball, okay? So it's gonna look just like this. I'm right here, right, on the Wilson. My offhand is gonna be right on the side, okay, just like this. You don't want your thumbs to touch, all right? Your thumbs should not be touching. So you want it to look just like this. One on the top, one on the side, all right? It shouldn't look like this. It shouldn't look like this. Hand placement is very, very important when you're trying to shoot the ball at a high level, all right? So this is right on the side, okay? So now that you got the ball, it should look just like this, okay? So now that it looks like this, the ball should start low right here, okay? So just on top of your right knee, all right? So for me, because I'm a righty, it's gonna start just right here for me, all right? This is what's comfortable for me. This is where the ball is gonna start. Now, as I come up like this, the ball is gonna travel with my hips. So as my hips is coming up, the ball is coming up. You guys see that? And then I'm gonna go up and I'm gonna release. I'm gonna shoot from my eyebrows. And then I'm gonna release the ball at the top, okay? So if you're trying to be a good shooter, this is the beginning part, right? You don't need to worry about, how am I supposed to shoot? How am I supposed to flick? Where my hand placement? Well, the hand placement is very important, but you don't need to worry about how many shots do I need to make, right? Do I need to shoot from 3? Do I need to shoot from mid-range? You're not worried about that right now. What you're worried about is the foundation. How can I get the foundation right? So you're here, right? The offhand is right here on the side, right? And now it's just a matter of you traveling up with your hips at the same time and then flicking your wrists. Now the last part is holding up that follow through. All right, my elbow right here should be above my eyebrow or just at my eyebrow when I'm finished with my shot. All right, and my fingers should be pointing down. Okay, that's how the shot should look. All right, there's a lot of people that they shoot the ball and they bring it down really quick. All right, because they're watching guys like Steph Curry and Kyrie Irving and Carmelo Anthony and James Harden and all those people. But what you guys don't understand is once upon a time they was in elementary school. Once upon a time they was in middle school and high school, and they went through all these motions of shooting the ball, holding up your follow through, shooting it in one motion, holding it up like this. Now that they're professional basketball players, this is thousands and thousands of reps over and over and over again of them shooting the ball. So now it's muscle memory to them at that point, right? So if they shoot it and they come down, they've already built in so many hours of them shooting the basketball, right? So with you, you got to just take your time and you got to work hard on what you're doing, focus on what you're doing at the stage in your life, and you'll get to where you want to go as well. All right, when you get to the pros, then you can shoot it and bring it down, shoot it and bring it down. But if you're not there yet, just work on the base, work on the fundamentals, especially right now if you're a first-time shooter and you're really young and you're trying to develop that jump shot. All right, so again, we're gonna go over it. You start from the base, right? Me, I like the tilt. Okay, you got the tilt going on, right? Then you start low. You understand that you can shoot in one motion, right? You got the hand placement. This hand is over the ball, right? This one is right here on the side. Okay, come down. The ball is right on top of my right knee. All right, as my hips go up, the ball goes up. All right, so I'm shooting just like that, and I'm gonna hold my follow through. So I'm here. Okay, not to mention you have the proper basketball and you're ready to go, right? So I'm here. I come down, I have my base, and I hold my follow through. All right, everything that we worked on, you hold it up right at the top. Okay, now what if you're having trouble trying to do it like this? What if you're having a hard time holding it like this? Just try to shoot it with one hand, put your opposite hand behind your back. Because the main thing is when you're shooting the basketball, once you have the base down, you have the right basketball, and you understand that you got to shoot in one motion, and it's hard for you to place the ball the right way with your hands, shoot it with one hand because you want to focus on snapping your wrist and holding your follow through, all right, and shooting it in a high arcing shot, all right, shooting it in a high arcing way. So if I'm having a hard time doing it like this, you could just come right here, right? You still got your base, you still start low, you come up, all right, and you hold your follow through, and you'll do that a couple times, all right, and you could just keep practicing that. You keep practicing that, and then maybe, the next day you come back and then you say, okay, let me try it again. And then you just keep trying. But if you find yourself going like this or going like this, right, then you got to start over and you got to just try to understand, okay, how can I put my hands on the ball? But if you're struggling doing all these other things, putting your hands in different places, then you need to put your hands behind your back, put your strong hand on the Wilson, all right? You start like this, you tuck it back, okay? As you turn it, you come up at the same time. So as you turn it, you come up, you shoot it, and you hold your release. You hold the follow through, your elbow should be above your eyebrow. So that's it for this video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope it helped you guys out a lot when it comes to being a shooter and how to be a good shooter. When it comes to the beginning tips, I hope this really gave you guys a lot of value. If it did, please do us a big favor and give us a thumbs up. If you have any questions or any comments that you want to make, please feel free. If you have any questions regarding shooting, how to be a better shooter, what spot should you be shooting on, even though you shouldn't be worried about that. If you have a question on different spots on the court, how you can work on your wrist, anything like that. If you want to see any new videos, please do us a big favor and leave a comment down below so we can help you guys out. A lot of my videos are suggested by people that are watching the videos. So if you want to watch something, just go ahead and leave it in the comments. And please don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any new videos that comes out. All right, that's it, guys. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys have a great day. And always remember, the lion mentality lives here. Bang, bang, boogie. That's how you do it, man. The beginner's guide, you heard?